All right, thanks everybody for waiting. We've got Brianna Decker up first. So we're gonna ask you if you have a question to please put up your little Zoom hand and then we can call on you. We've only got about 5 to 10 minutes here just because they have to get back on the bus, but let's get started. I think Justin Levine, you were the first to go. So go ahead for Brianna.
Thank you, Ashley. Much appreciated. Hi, Brianna. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. So can you just talk about, what it was like to finally get back into, a competitive game after all this time off due to the pandemic, and especially for you as someone who's been moving from the Calgary hub to New Hampshire, then playing in the USPHL. And so, just talk about getting back into action and what that's been like for you.
Yeah, this was a lot of people's first game against women since some of us had camp in October. But besides that, this is mostly everybody's first game. So it was obviously really exciting to get back out there. The best part about hockey is competing, and that's what we train for every single day. So it was an opportunity for that tonight, and we had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Justin. Ashley from Women's Hockey Life, I believe. You're up next.
Hi, Brianna. Thanks for talking with us today. Can you describe the difference, if any, playing this year with an actual set team versus last year where you switched teams for each showcase?
Yeah, I mean, I think last year when we were switching teams a little bit, it was kind of a toss up. You had to, gain chemistry really quick, whether it was a first shift or first period. So it's been a little bit better this year. Obviously, I'm in a unique situation being in Wisconsin, playing in New Hampshire. So I'm kind of in the same situation as last year, but I know the girls who have been in the hubs, being able to practice with each other, they appreciate it. And it's been a lot better setup just because you're creating chemistry every single day in order to play in the games to your best ability. So definitely thankful to have hubs this year.
Great. Mike Murphy, Ice Garden, you're up.
Hey, thanks, Brianna, for taking the time. In this one, it kind of got intense early. I know there was a scrum with you and Kendall, and it felt like, there's definitely something on the line here. These teams are coming out flying. I know, each team only had a couple de-dressed, and the D are jumping in on every play, playing a bunch of minutes. It felt like, they're clearly playing for something in this one. Did you feel that after maybe a little slow start that this game had a lot of value to it in terms of both teams want to win here?
Yeah.
People are watching and there's a prize on the line.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, Quinn and I went after it a little bit in the beginning. But you know what? That's just raising the intensity of the game. Obviously, I've been teammates with her on the US team for about 11 years. So it's all, business when you're on the ice, and we're great friends off the ice. But honestly, we're competing for something out here. We haven't competed, like I said, in a really long time. So it's great to get in a little scuff, get things going, get the teams going a little bit.
Thanks so much.
All right, David from the Puck Authority. Thank you.
Hey, Brianna, thanks for doing this. I just wanted to know if you felt a little bit of rust today and what you are thinking that you and your team need to improve on for the next game.
Oh, definitely a little bit of rust, had to shake off. I think the new thing is that, we were in the hotel all day, not doing much, obviously. And, you're sitting around. So that's a little bit of adjustment for a lot of us. And so just making sure that, I think we're going to feel a lot better tomorrow. Like you said, got the rust off today, got our legs moving. And I think that's the most important part. So both reflect tonight on our game. Obviously, we want to come out and win at MSG tomorrow. So we'll do that.
Jessa, go ahead.
Hi, Brianna. Thanks for doing this. Just kind of going off of Mike's question, how do you expect the rivalry between the two teams to play out going forward into the next games?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I know for us, like, we're disappointed with how we played tonight. So we're going to be ready to go back tomorrow and with a better game plan. But, I think that's what I was saying. It was probably good for me and Coiner to go after it a little bit. It does hype up the competitiveness and this little rivalry we're going to end up having here. So I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm excited about the games ahead, but definitely got to get our rest tonight so that we can be at top performance tomorrow.
Thank you.
Next up, Carol from the New York Times.
Hi, Brianna. Thanks for doing this. Curious about how the legs felt after a full 60-minute competitive game, and any concerns about the back-to-back. Will the adrenaline of playing at Madison Square Garden tomorrow help balance that out?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I started to feel a little bit better towards the end of the game. It's funny how that works, but sometimes you just have those I like to call them travel legs or sitting around legs in the first couple of periods. So honestly, I think our legs will feel better tomorrow. It just works like that. We obviously train so hard, so it's not an in shape issue. It's just getting our legs underneath us issue. So tomorrow will be better. And I'm excited to play at MSG. Obviously, like you said, the hype is going to help, and we're going to have a great game, and it's going to be a fun moment for us. We're going to be making history playing there, and I don't know, it's a great opportunity for us to play.
Thank you.
All right, we have time for a couple more questions here. Only about 2 minutes to go. So we will get Kristen from the Victory Press up next, please.
Hi, yeah, you mentioned how you've sort of been in a unique situation this year, I guess, with the border closures and then not being in a region that has a training hub. Could you speak about sort of the process of how you came to wind up in sort of this New Hampshire hub, sort of as a make-do, I guess, situation?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't originally in the Calgary hub. I came back to the States in October for a US camp, and haven't been able to get back up there because of the border. So yeah, I just was training by myself in Milwaukee, back home in Wisconsin, which I really appreciated being back actually around my family. But Bill reached out to me, our head coach, and was like, hey, would you want to play for the New Hampshire team and come down to Florida and play in the games down there? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, if I'm allowed. So I obviously had to ask for a trade to the PWHPA board, and I was approved. So thankfully, obviously, I mean, I was kind of stuck and I couldn't be able to get up to Calgary. So thanks to them, and thanks to them allowing me to obviously get traded and play for the team New Hampshire, because I'm enjoying competing again.
Great, thanks. We do have actually time for a couple more. If anybody else besides Har from the Ice Garden has questions, please put up your hand. Go ahead, Har. Or H-A-R.
Hi, Brianna. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. You mentioned this kind of in Carol's question, but what does it mean to both teams to be able to have the opportunity to play at MSG tomorrow with the history that stadium has, and to be able to showcase the women's game, you know, in Canada and in the US on television tomorrow, and kind of open it up to a wider audience? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, first off, we're thankful to NHL Network, obviously, and Sportsnet up in Canada, and then obviously MSG and the New York Rangers. I mean, they've stepped up to allow us to play in their facility, and we're going to be making history playing in there. We're really excited. It's going to be a great game, and I've only been able to go and watch a couple of games there, so it'll be awesome to be on the sheet, being the kind of the show per se. Obviously, not having fans is something that is, you know, we're not going to be too pumped about, but it is what it is. But we're still thankful to be able to play there, and I'm excited about it.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Justin, you're up again.
Brianna, I just want to kind of get a feel for what, you know, the training has been like for you, more specifically the USPHL, and what you feel that did for you to get you ready for the start of the Secret Dream Cup tour here tonight.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been back in Milwaukee training by myself. I've been trying to skate with boys teams there, because that's all around, and it's the best competition that I can find, actually. So it's funny, you grow up playing with boys, and now I'm back at it playing with some guys. But yeah, and then we played down in Florida with the USPHL guys. Against them, it was great competition. Their speed's great. They're skilled. They're obviously strong. So it was great competition, getting us ready to go. It was good to have a couple of days off, obviously, coming back from that, heading into this weekend. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to, I mean, like I said, though, the best part is like playing against other women and against national team members. So I am just looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Thank you.
Okay, David again from the Puck Authority.
Was there anyone maybe on your team or on the other team who you haven't really had too much of a chance to play against and get to know that really stood out to you tonight?
You know, honestly, I haven't had too much of an opportunity to play against Abby Rock. Obviously, she's on the national team now and has been at a lot of different camps and whatnot. But I give a lot of credit to her. She's obviously a former Badger, so I followed the Badgers when she was there, and so it's fun watching her play out there. I have a lot of respect for her, and it's not even that she put a couple goals in tonight. I just like the style that she plays. She plays aggressive, plays physical. And I'm glad that she's an American playing on our team. So from that standpoint, from our standpoint, I always love watching Gigi Marvin out there. Obviously, class act, works her butt off, and I'm glad she's on our team.
All right, looks like we have no more. So thanks, Brianna.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Thanks, guys.
We'll have Abby Rock up next.